Hey guys, what's up? It's another episode of Creatures Showcase today. Today I'm gonna do it about Dragon Lancer. It's one of those newer cards, just like Fallen Pixie was. So let's go over the basics. His skills: Unbound, Crystal Ward, and Magma Breath. Starts off at level 1. So I used Omni Skill Essence to get it up to level 7. Well, let's start with Unbound. Grants immunity to delay, seal, discord, frozen, and paralysis. So you can't be delayed, you can't be frozen. So you're always gonna be taking your turn, unless Aquarius comes in, a freezing field. It freezes all enemy creatures. Not even Unbound can stop it, even though it is a kind of freezing. It freezes all creatures, but this cannot be negated. So Unbound won't stop that, but anything else like Paragon, Seal, let's see where delay which seals creatures. It will stop that, it would stop frostbite from freezing you, it would stop paralysis. So that's quite nice, it means you can get Magma Breath off every turn. So second skill, Crystal Ward. Reduces damage taken by 15% for each enemy creature in play, and at max 90%. So if the enemy has 6 or more creatures in play, you'll only be taking 10% of all damage. So if you are at 3000 HP, your opponent basically has to do 30,000 damage in order to kill you, which is a really nice defensive skill. It's one of the better ones apart from immunity, even though it has benefit over immunity because it it reduces all damage, while immunity you still take direct damage and basic damage, which so it's all damage. So even a bombard from Octavius or even damage from Stormward, it's all being reduced. So it's a really nice defensive skill and a way to keep Dragon Lancer alive. Then his main skill, Magma Breath, fires 4 waves of Magma Breath at the first enemy creature. Each wave of Magma Breath deals 100 magic damage if it's at level 1. So for every level it gains another 100 damage. The damage of the next wave dealt by the same creature is doubled. It's kind of worded weird and incorrect, I think, because it says damage of the next wave dealt by the same creature. All damage is dealt by Dragon Lancer, but it is dealt to other creatures. So, and it's doubled every time it's dealt to the same creature. So if the first creature takes 700 damage, next wave 1400, next wave 2800. If it then dies, and moves on to the next creature, but it doesn't go up to 5600 straight. It immediately starts at 700 again. So I think it would have to say damage of the next wave dealt to the same creature instead of by the same creature, because all damage is dealt by Dragon Lancer. But yeah, as it says, for it Dark is destroyed, remaining waves will be fired the next creature. This effect cannot be negated, which is really important, since it's magic damage, not direct damage. Immunity would stop it if it didn't have this last line, and things like Metro Drone would stop it from activating, but none of that. It would go through everything. But since it's magic damage, Reflect will still have an effect. It will still reduce the damage taken, and then also reflect some of the damage. As well as Magi Shield will reduce it to a certain amount, but weirdly, I guess, it still doubles it. So if you have Magi Shield 1, all magic damage is capped at 200. So the first wave would do 200 damage, then the next wave will do 400. Even though Magi Shield states that it's all reduced or capped at 200 damage, it still keeps on doubling. Which is kind of weird, but nice as well. Since even though it has Magic Shield, you can still do massive damage. It's also the case for through the Storm Ward. If it's active on your opponent, you deal 1 damage. Because it says allowing them to negate the majority of damage taken. Which is always, all damage is reduced to 1. So Dragonlance's Magma Breath would fire, it would do 1 damage. Then the next wave would do 2 damage, 4 damage, 8 damage. Even though it should all to go to 1. But yeah. And with Magma Breath at a high level, like 7, it can do, the last wave will do 5600 damage, which is quite a bit. It would always kill 1 creature. Well, pretty much always. It would do, let's see, 700, 1400, 2800, so that's 4900 plus 5600. It would do over 10,000 damage if it's all dealt to the same creature. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, it would do over 10,000 damage. So, yeah, no creature can withstand that amount of damage. Unless, of course, there's always some creatures that could withstand that. Let's see, Queen Atolia and Raven Spirit. When there are more creatures in play, when it dies, it instantly revives with 1 HP. So, if Queen Atolia is the one furthest to the left, Dragonlancer would fire Magma Breath at it, but it would just keep on living with 1 HP. So it's a waste. And I don't know if I already stated that it always fires to the first creature. So it's not random. It's not the creature across. It's always the first. So that's quite important to realize. So let's try him out. Just against a random friend. One was on the top. He happens to be my guild leader. Let's just try him out. Let's see. Yeah, model doesn't have effect right now. See, 600, 1200, and then it's dead. The next wave goes to Aquarius. Also, important thing to notice, that skill potency and skill resist does affect it. My skill potency and resist are quite low, so that's why it's almost always reduced. His skill resist is 16%. My skill potency is 8%. So it will be reduced by 8%. So that's the difference between our potency and his skill resist. And as here you can see, when it gets frozen by Aquarius, it still keeps on firing the remaining waves. Which also really nice. Okay, now it got shattered, so let's skip. So, how to acquire this card? Currently, I don't believe there is a way to get it. It says event boost, limited gen back, Skyrena. Skyrena, it was the previous one. Not sure if it's gonna be No, yeah, it was in the previous one. Not sure if it's gonna be in the next one again. And I haven't seen him in a booster or anything yet. It was available through the altar. The During the previous Sky Arena, it was also available as purchase rewards a couple times, and in Memoria, as you can see, I believe it's rank 75 to rank 50 to 75. That's Dragon Lancer. Yep, right here. So you would have to spend money to get him, either through purchase rewards or through Memoria. So it's not a free to play card. And so let's talk about the melt options. Currently I've got the level 10, not gonna evolve it yet. Mainly because my deck costs too high. But if you were to evolve it, it would probably be a nice carrier for revive or recycle. Because of its crystal ward and unbound, it has quite a lot of survivability. And with unbound it can make sure to revive or recycle every turn. So revive would probably be the better option, since it can activate every turn then. And since that's survivability with the crystal ward, it can end up being your most left hand creature, the first creature in play, one of the first ones, which means it will be before the recycles. So, and if it were to have recycle and end up being one of the first creatures, it keeps on recycling your creatures, but instead you want them to be revived and not recycled. Recycle is mainly in your deck because you need to recycle your revivers, because they can't revive each other. So also other melts for Dragonlance, I'm not sure. I mean, Rampart would maybe be nice, because if you have the rune, you can heal quite a bit, and basic attacks will probably almost do no damage. Let's see, do I have a creature with Rampart, which I can show off? Yeah, I have Flare Summoner. Rampart damage taken from basic attacks is reduced by a percentage plus that much damage. At level 10 will be 50% plus 500 damage. And combine it with Crystal Ward, you would probably take up to 0 damage from basic attacks. And if you have the rune, at level 10 it would recover 1500 HP when the Rampart activates, so it would really keep him alive for a very long time. Also maybe immunity, so you take no damage, no more damage, you can't be insta-killed or disposed of, which is now still possible. Though it has unbound and can fire every turn, it can still be insta-killed. And then it's just gone. Yeah, what else to talk about? Right, I think this is a card definitely worth using your Omni Skill Essence for, because the Magma Breath starts off at level 1, but at a high level it's really useful. It's really good. I think that's about it about Dragon Lancer. Yeah. Okay, bye.